Tonight we turn to the American economy, where new jobs data is raising alarms for millions of workers. The August 2025 jobs report, released this morning, signals a sharp slowdown after years of post-pandemic growth. The numbers aren't just statistics. They reflect the nation's financial health and confidence. This report confirms what many feared. The era of rapid hiring is over, and a significant shift is underway. The slowdown is no longer a distant threat. It's here, impacting families and businesses across the country. The headline from August's jobs report? It's not the kind of news anyone was hoping for. The numbers are in, and they paint a sobering picture of the current state of the American labor market, a market that, until recently, seemed to be bouncing back. But now, the cracks are starting to show. Only 22,000 jobs were added in August, an alarming figure when you consider that economists had predicted at least 75,000 new positions. This shortfall isn't just a missed target, it's a signal that the economy is losing momentum, and it's leaving many Americans worried about what comes next. Unemployment ticked up to 4.3%, its highest level in nearly 4 years. That means more people are out there searching for work, sending out resumes and attending interviews, only to find that opportunities are scarcer than before. For families relying on a steady paycheck, this uptick brings anxiety and uncertainty. For the first time since 2021, there are now more unemployed people than there are job openings. This reversal is significant. It means that for every available job, there are now multiple candidates competing, making the search even more competitive and stressful for job seekers. The job search is getting tougher, especially for recent graduates just entering the workforce and for those who have recently been laid off. Many are finding that positions they're qualified for are either being filled quickly or simply aren't available. The sense of frustration is growing as people spend weeks or even months looking for work without success. Over the past 3 months, job growth has averaged just 35,000 per month, the slowest pace in nearly 15 years, excluding the pandemic. This slowdown isn't just a blip. It's a trend that's been building, with each month bringing fewer new opportunities and more uncertainty for workers and businesses alike. This isn't a one-off dip, it's a clear pattern of weakening. Economists are warning that if this trend continues, it could have ripple effects across the entire economy, from consumer spending to business investment. The American labor market, once resilient and a source of national pride, is now entering a challenging new phase. Businesses are holding back on hiring, and workers are feeling the pinch as job security becomes less certain. Millions are feeling the effects as competition for jobs intensifies. For many, the path forward is unclear, and the hope for a quick turnaround is fading. The coming months will be critical in determining whether the job market can recover, or if tougher times are still ahead. This slowdown didn't happen overnight. It's the result of a steady decline in hiring. In 2022, the U.S. was adding nearly 470,000 jobs a month. By early 2025, that number had dropped to just 85,000. Recent revisions show June actually saw a net job loss, the first since the pandemic's depths. Unemployment claims are rising and more people are staying jobless for longer. The days of labor shortages and signing bonuses are fading. Now employers are finding it easier to fill positions and feel less pressure to raise wages. The balance of power is shifting back to businesses. The American workforce is facing a new reality: fewer opportunities and tougher competition. Not all industries are feeling the slowdown equally. Leisure and hospitality added 50,000 jobs in August, while construction and professional services saw modest gains. But these bright spots are overshadowed by losses elsewhere. Trade, transportation, and manufacturing sectors are cutting jobs as demand weakens. Even typically stable fields like education and health services are seeing layoffs. Major corporations, especially in energy, are announcing large-scale cuts. ConocoPhillips plans to reduce its global staff by 25%. These layoffs ripple through the economy, adding to the pool of job seekers and fueling anxiety. Behind the numbers, the reality is stark. Finding a job is getting harder. With unemployment at a 4-year high, competition for each opening is fierce. Long-term unemployment is rising, trapping more people in a cycle of joblessness and eroding their skills and savings. Businesses are hiring less, pausing expansion amid economic uncertainty and high interest rates. structural changes, like an aging workforce, lower immigration, and new technologies, are reshaping the labor market. Recent graduates and older workers alike are struggling to find their place. The hiring freeze means fewer postings and longer waits for job seekers. The path to employment is more challenging than it's been in years. The August jobs report didn't just provide numbers. It ignited a firestorm of political controversy, with heated debates erupting across newsrooms, social media, and the halls of government. The data, which many expected to be routine, quickly became a lightning rod for partisan arguments and public scrutiny. In a move that stunned both political observers and economists, President Trump abruptly fired Erica McIntyre, the head of the Bureau of Labor Statistics, just weeks before the highly anticipated report's release. The timing of this decision sent shockwaves through Washington and beyond, raising immediate questions about the motivations behind such an unprecedented action. The president publicly accused the agency of manipulating or rigging employment data, suggesting that the numbers were being skewed for political purposes. However, no concrete evidence was ever presented to support these serious allegations, leaving many to wonder about the true intent behind the firing. This rare and dramatic move has fueled widespread concerns about the potential for political interference in the nation's economic reporting. Journalists, analysts, and citizens alike are now questioning whether the integrity of official data can withstand such high-level pressure. Despite the controversy, experts from across the political and economic spectrum have stepped forward to defend the Bureau of Labor Statistics. They emphasize the agency's long-standing reputation for impartiality and accuracy, and stress that its work is guided by rigorous standards and professional ethics. The BLS relies on a decentralized, highly automated process, with strict safeguards in place to prevent tampering or undue influence. Thousands of career professionals, statisticians, economists, and data analysts work diligently behind the scenes, ensuring that every figure is double-checked and every method is transparent. With so many layers of oversight and so many hands involved in compiling the data, experts say that manipulating the results would be nearly impossible. The system is designed to be resilient, even in the face of political turmoil. Still, the controversy has cast a shadow over the process, injecting a sense of uncertainty at a time when clear, reliable information is more important than ever. Trust in economic data is not just a technical issue, it's the foundation for sound decision-making by businesses, policymakers, and everyday Americans. For now, the consensus among professionals remains strong. The numbers produced by the BLS are accurate, and the agency's commitment to integrity is unwavering, even under intense scrutiny. As the latest data shows a cooling labor market, the nation watches closely, hoping that facts, not politics, will continue to guide the conversation. Economists agree. The post-pandemic jobs boom is over, and the Federal Reserve's rate hikes are working, maybe too well. Businesses are worried about the future, holding off on hiring and investment. Consumer confidence in job prospects is at its lowest since early 2021. Structural shifts like an aging workforce and lower immigration are creating shortages in some fields, even as overall hiring slows. The risk of recession is rising, though most experts aren't predicting a deep downturn yet. The next few months will be critical as analysts watch inflation, spending, and unemployment. The message: the economy is on fragile ground. With the job market stalling, all eyes are on the Federal Reserve. The weak report makes an interest rate cut likely, aiming to support hiring and prevent recession. Lower rates mean cheaper loans for homes, cars, and credit cards, potentially boosting spending and investment. For those with variable rate debt, a cut could bring relief. The Fed must balance supporting jobs without reigniting inflation, especially with political pressures and tariffs in play. The outcome of the next Fed meeting will directly impact your finances. The central bank's decision will shape the economic path ahead. Your wallet and the broader economy hang in the balance. The August jobs report delivers a sobering message. America's labor market is slowing, and the effects are rippling through communities large and small. For years, robust hiring fueled optimism and growth, but now the pace has shifted. The once steady drumbeat of job creation has quieted, leaving many to wonder what comes next. The robust hiring of recent years is over. Across the country, businesses are scaling back, and the signs are everywhere: empty desks, shuttered storefronts, and a sense of unease settling in. This isn't a blip. It's part of a broader trend that's been building for months. Job postings are vanishing, and opportunities that once seemed plentiful are now harder to find. The labor market, once a source of strength, is showing real signs of strain. Layoffs are rising and job growth has slowed to its weakest pace in over a decade. For many workers, the fear of losing a job is no longer abstract. It's a daily reality. Conversations in break rooms and around kitchen tables are filled with uncertainty and concern. For families, this means tougher job searches, more competition for every opening, and mounting financial anxiety. The pressure to make ends meet is growing, and the safety nets that once offered reassurance now feel less certain. Political controversy over economic data only adds to the uncertainty. Lawmakers and experts debate the true state of the economy, while headlines shift daily, making it hard for ordinary Americans to know what to believe or how to plan for the future. The Federal Reserve is expected to cut rates in an effort to stimulate growth, but even these moves come with risks. Policymakers are walking a tightrope, trying to encourage hiring and spending without triggering a new wave of inflation that could make things worse. Everyday Americans are feeling the pinch. Shoppers are more cautious, small business owners are rethinking their plans, and the mood in communities is one of watchful waiting. People are adapting, but the uncertainty is palpable. The path forward is delicate, with no easy answers. Policymakers must navigate a landscape filled with unknowns, while workers and families dig deep for resilience and hope. Every day, Americans are making tough choices, updating resumes, seeking new skills, and holding on to optimism in the face of adversity. The strength of the workforce is being tested like never before. The health of the job market is the foundation of prosperity. When it falters, the effects are felt everywhere, from city centers to rural towns. A strong labor market means opportunity, stability, and hope for the future. But right now, that foundation is on shaky ground. Businesses are holding back, and workers are bracing for what may come. The coming months will reveal whether this is a temporary slowdown, a pause before renewed growth, or the start of a more challenging era that will demand new solutions and greater resilience from us all. As we look ahead, one thing is clear. Navigating this uncertain economic landscape will require determination, adaptability, and a shared commitment to building a stronger future together.